Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss Adobe Aero as an augmented reality creation tool that has been developed by Adobe. Of interest to us is the way it can be applied in the classroom setting. Its advantages and disadvantages are even the learning it can bring. We will discuss other important features, teaching advantages, implementation issues and fields, and practical classroom use. So, what is Adobe Aero? Is an easy to use drag and drop creation tool to build an interactive augmented reality experience. It was created to be used by educators and creatives like all of us to create AR content without needing to know how to code. Aero easily connects with other tools in the Adobe Creative Cloud, such as Photoshop and Illustrator, and is well suited in virtual storytelling. It is freely offered on macOS and iOS. This accessibility reduced the barrier of teachers to explore immersive education content. Some key features of Adobe Aero. Adobe Aero is a program with multiple outstanding features which ensure that it can be used in the classroom. It also does not need complex programming. Instead of simply using a drag and drop design that is friendly to newbies. You will be able to produce interactive experiences via which virtual objects react to tap or movements. The tool anchors contents on physical spaces to create a mixed reality effect. These aspects ensure that educators end up coming up with content that is comical and interactive. So, the effectiveness of Aero in education is research based. Research, such as one conducted by Gomez Garcia, emphasize passively the effects of AR in enhancing engagement and inspiration. It is an idea tool when it comes to project based learning and allows students to become creators. It has high accessibility since it's mobile friendly and it does not require a headset. The visual and interactivity element of Aero can be particularly helpful in STEM as well as arts, allowing students to learn better and develop more details. So, even though Aero is promising, it has its limits. Especially, it works only on iOS and macOS, as well as Android and Windows are not supported at all. There might be an extended learning process of teachers who do not have Adobe tools. Although this feels logical, Aero has more sophisticated customization choices like Unity. It is also cloud based and therefore it cannot work without the internet. These limitations can prevent the mass adoption in classes, particularly in the schools where there is no access to technologies or the infrastructure. It needs to be implemented through strategic planning. So Aero presents provision of dynamism in learning. In history lessons, one can learn AR recreation of in cities. They can be in contact with 3D anatomy models in biology. Virtual gallery walks can be created by art teachers, and the stories will come alive by the students of English by creating animated characters. The apps turn the abstract curriculum into real and immersive sessions. Aero embraces active learning, which enables students to explore, question, and directly connect to the subject material in a multisensory fashion. So, Adobe Aero is an educational and creative tool compared to other AR tools. Aero is better suited to classroom storytelling as opposed to Spark AR, for example, which targets social media filters. Zapar is compatible with Web AR, whereas the Adobe integration in Aero makes it more potent when it comes to creative endeavors. Using Aero as a process was on the whole positive. Being a first time user, I found it easy to lead design to be a plus, although I had to conversant with the use of Adobe tools. I would suggest it to more artistic courses. like art or history. Nonetheless, it was not Android supported, and the available templates were few. Um, so supporting some supported research studies affirm AR as an education opportunity. In a similar vein, Dan Levi shed light on the idea that AR improves the experiential learning process. Tang demonstrates the effectiveness of AR in such areas as drama and visual art. And according to Gomez Garcia, the pre-service teachers regarded AR as very practical. Hafner points at educational advantages in immersion and interactivity, and such studies are in line with reason of error, the establishment of interesting and significant experiences, helping to develop better comprehension. Nevertheless, the iOS exclusively of error restricts the accessibility of the application, regardless of whether it is free to access. Teachers who have not become familiar with Adobe tools should receive professional development. Its assets library remains not large enough to compare to those of the competitors. However, possible future is bright. A study by Xiong points out that AR will grow within the education sector in the nearest future. Tools such as Zero will probably be developed with increased demand and advantages in technology. Thank you.